Time to talk about the Southern Footy League, Baz, as always. The Prez joins us. Craig, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Really good.
Really, I think it was actually a pretty good weekend of footy for the Southern Footy League.
Terrific round of footy.
The one we talked about, though, Christie's Beach and Port Noarlunga at Christie's Beach, 10-point game in the end, was an absolute belter.
It was terrific, and that was probably about the biggest margin all day because it was nip and tuck from where to go. Two clubs don't really like each other. Third versus fourth, chance for Porties to try and escalate up the ladder a bit. weren't quite good enough. Christie's really good in the way they went about it, though.
And it was your match of the round. It was your
tried match of the day. It was terrific.
Which would have been great.
Terrific to call on radio.
Yeah. And that possibly the best game for a while that you would have been in as a call.
Yeah, other than we go back about 4 weeks. We had that one pointer between Ranella and Morpeth Vale.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was from a radio perspective, yeah, it was really good.
And what a great time to bring up Ranella too, because we've bounced back, mate. Our yo-yo season continues, but we got all over Aldinga, mate. We were all over them. I wouldn't have said we probably can't say that, but the Wine Flyers got up and had a win.
Yeah, it did, and but on the back of that, of course, Jason Farrier, their long-time captain, played his 250th for the Wine Flyers on the weekend, so it was good for them to get a win for him.
And the Valleys and the Coves now.
Hang on, just before we get, which team are you on this week? Are you on the Cove this week, mate?
I've always been a Happy Valley man.
Did you coach Cove?
Yes. But I live
Did
in
it end acrimoniously, or did it?
No.
No. Okay, so you're off Cove. Okay. Happy Valley. Oh, okay.
No. It ended very, very well.
Yes.
But that was a game we thought they might do a little bit better. Cove against.
Well, they did a little bit better, but they weren't good enough to win the game.
To win the game, that's right.
95-73 in the end.
Yeah.
So
it's not a bad
22
game.
pointers.
Yeah,
it's not a bad
20,
game, but we thought that Cove might do a little bit better than that. And the word I got out there too from the couple of Cove boys were, no, we're ready for this one. We're
good to go.
We're primed. So I really thought they were a bit of a chance. And,
well, I think we all did.
You know, so well done to Happy Valley. You got to say,
Yes.
Well done to those guys because. Cove were very, very serious about that one. They're not serious about everything.
No, but they thought they were a chance to grab it.
They thought they were a really good chance to grab that one.
We thought Noarlunga would be too good for Morphees, but Morphees are still improving.
They are.
I know Noarlunga got them by a fair bit in the end, but Morphees are starting to show some stuff.
Yeah, they are, and they're blooding a lot of the kids, so that's only going to be really good for them going forward next year.
All right, we need to get on to this week's, but let's jump to Friday night because there's a big women's game on Friday night. Ranella up against Cove at Cove's new ground with the new lights on, so it'll be a pretty big one.
Yes, looking forward to that. The Tribe Radio van will be down there to do a bit of a prelude for that particular game. Cove need to win it to get into the top four in our women's competition. Ranella sitting nicely in second position.
Nicely.
So it's played at Cove's home ground. So
I'm on the Cove.
It'll be a good game.
You're on the Cove.
I'm on the Cove.
I guarantee you, Beck, the captain of Ranella, and the girls that I caught up with 2 weeks ago at Ranella, Cove not even going to be a game.
Oh, come on.
No, it will be a good contest.
We got the captain of the...
Jamie, yes.
Jamie? Mate, come on. Get on the Cobras here.
All right.
Oh, get on the Cobras. That'll be a good game.
It'll be a terrific game. 7:30 down at the Cove Footy Club.
Responsibly, you and I could have a bet on that, but we
got
won't.
a little punt.
Okay, round 15. Let's get onto it because it's starting to get to the pointy end. And I want to
4 games to go
before we go. Whether the 5 is going to change on that. Flagstaff sit in third at home against Cove in 8th.
That's an interesting one, mate, because they're skipper.
For selection.
Yeah.
This might have a little bit of.
It's 4 games to qualify, is it not?
It is.
And we've got how many to go?
4.
4. He hasn't played all year.
No.
Could play.
Can he be? Is he trained?
He would be. I would be extremely surprised if he wasn't named in that side.
So he's training.
Yes, he's been training for quite some time. He's been acting as a.
Hasn't played.
No, he's got to get his clearance and everything else done.
Clearance
no, clearance from his doctor.
Because
it was a knee that he did at the end of last season.
Yeah.
But all indications are that it could be a very interesting selection at Flagstaff Hill on the weekend.
Wow.
Well, okay, stay tuned for that. Happy Valley in 6th spot, Christie's Beach in 2nd.
Christie's, we saw them firsthand last week and they were terrific. I don't think Happy Valley have got the strength to go with Christie's. Christie's will be looking to chisel that 2nd spot for themselves.
That's at Happy Valley.
Yeah, it is at Happy Valley, but
It's at Happy Valley. Oh, well, no, I'm just saying, mate. It's at Happy Valley.
it's a big oval, but so is Christie's Beach, and that holds no fear for the Sainters.
All right. The Morphees and Port Noarlunga, 7th v 4th.
Yeah, 7th versus 4th. Porties need to win it. It is being played at Wee Shift Road. There'll be a crowd there because these two sides have got a little bit of history. And in the first round, I think it was only about a goal in it. Yeah. And that'll be our tribe match of the day.
That's a bit hard to go by, really, though, isn't it? First round of the year. It's not really a good guide.
No, it's not.
Because, you know, there's a lot of blokes out, a lot of blokes not playing, that sort of thing.
But that's
you have to say, form-wise now, that
Port
Porties would give them a bit of a...
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah.
You would think so.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right.
Noarlunga sitting first spot, mate. Ordinga are sitting at the other end of the table. Although Ordinga have played some good footy.
They have.
But Noarlunga are just rampaging at the moment.
They are, and sit at the top of the table for a reason.
Yeah.
They are a good, solid side. And when you look at all over the ground, they've got strength everywhere. But the interesting part of that is the new Ordinga coach, Trevor Mitten.
Yep.
Was a previous coach at Noarlunga. So there's a little bit of animosity there, and of course big Shane Comer, who played in Noarlunga's last premiership side, is the first ruckman for Ordinga as well. So there's a little bit in this game.
Yeah.
Noarlunga will win it.
I don't think they've got enough to make
no,
it.
No, they haven't, but just adds that little bit of spice.
It would be amazing if they got up and won it. I want to ask you, normally, the last few years, it's sort of been Flaggies, Noarlunga. Suddenly, Christie's Beach have put a bit of a wedge in between the two of them. It's been a really interesting top three, hasn't it?
They have, and they've recruited really well, Christie's. Their biggest problem over the last couple of years was their inability to score enough goals.
Yep.
They got a bloke up there at the moment who's sitting on probably nearly 80 goals in Blake Carter. For a Collingwood 6-footer, he's got the best pair of hands I've seen in a long, long time, and can kick a ball a country mile. So
and you're coming into some really good weather too, so it'll suit him.
And on the bigger grounds, and he was probably the difference in the end to get them over the line last week.
Yeah. How about quickly before we're up, top five? Is it nearly set? I mean, Happy Valley could sneak in, but it's probably unlikely.
No.
Set now. Ranella's sitting in that 5th spot.
Yes.
I don't bring it up for that reason. My mate Billy, my mate Billy asked me. No, he didn't ask me.
No. I think you'll find that the 5 is set. Positions inside that 5 could change.
Yeah.
But the 5, I think, is done.
All right. As always, mate, great to catch up with you. Southern Footy League this weekend. Get down and support your teams. Friday night, big game at Cove for the girls. Get out and give them some support. Stay with us. Still a bit more to come.